I'm going to kill you with kindness. Greetings superhumans and welcome to another Alter Ego video blog, the videos where I comment on the comments you leave on my other videos and then we all watch as the snake devours its own tail. As usual, there are a couple of announcements that we have to get through before we get to the main comments part, the first of which is that the requests for the So You're a Superhero Viewer Mail Edition are now closed. That means that the superpowers that have been requested by you that are going to be covered in the So You're a Superhero Viewer Mail Edition coming in 6 weeks' time have been completely locked down, and I will not be accepting any more requests possibly ever. But as I said, that video will be coming in 6 weeks' time, so keep your eyes on the channel to see which of your requests I deemed worthy of my time and attention. Second announcement. In the last Alter Ego video blog I mentioned that I was making a big push for more subscribers to the channel and I asked you guys for help, but I realised that I didn't really give you any kind of incentive to actually do anything. So in that spirit, here is what I'm going to offer you guys. Now the channel is currently about 35-ish subscribers away from 500. Now 500 subscribers is something of a milestone that I've been working towards for a while, so if you guys can help me get there by just giving me that last 35 subscribers, I will give you a special reward. And that special reward will come in the form of a brand new weekly show on this very YouTube channel. Now it will be superhero based because that's pretty much all I know, and it will also have a comedy base to it because I don't know how to take anything seriously. But in terms of the content that those videos will be offering, it will be quite different from So You're a Superhero. However, unlike So You're a Superhero, I would be making these videos on a week-to-week basis, so I just need to make sure that the interest and the enthusiasm for these videos is there before I really start making an effort in that direction. The other advantage of putting up 2 videos a week as opposed to 1 is that there'll be more opportunity for you guys to comment on the videos, and if there are more comments then there's more opportunity for me to do Alter Ego video blogs, which means that I could end up doing them every week. So if we can all group together and just get me those last 35 subscribers, you could potentially be getting 3 times as much content every single week as you are now. And if that's not incentivizing, I don't know what is, apart from buying all you guys kittens, but I really can't afford that shit. Lastly, I just want to remind you to keep on commenting on Twitter and Facebook with the hashtag StaySuper, and over on the Empath Digital website, empathdigital.com. For the last few weeks I've been putting up blog posts along with the video releases, giving you 5 facts about the creation of the videos or the inspiration behind those videos, so there is additional content for you to go and check out over on empathdigital.com. And also, if you don't go over there and start commenting on stuff, then Etra Palka might keep bullying me and telling me that no one's going to my website like he does now. So keep leaving comments on Twitter, Facebook and my website, and share my videos around to everybody who might be interested in them to get me up to 500 subscribers so you can get more content delivered straight to your sub box every single week. And with all of that out of the way, it's high time we got on to some comments. I'm going to change things up a little bit this time round. It was pointed out to me from the last Alter Ego video blog that I did spend a lot of time insulting you guys and being generally pretty snarky. So to try and make up with you guys and make certain people in the comment section a little bit less angry and insane, I'm going to kill you with kindness. Starting out with episode 109, the 3-point landing. Natorix says, land on someone's back and break it. Well, I must say, Natorix, I'm very impressed with how good your aim must be. You know, jumping from the top of a building or out of a helicopter and landing directly on someone's spine in such a way that you can break it, that's incredibly impressive, Natorix. I mean, as you can tell from my current demeanour, it doesn't hurt to be nice, but I think if you do want to break someone's back, then just go ahead and do the best possible job you can. See, now I'm worried that even trying to be nice, I'm coming across as sarcastic, so let's give it another go. On to episode 110, Gravity Manipulation, where @William_Dublin on Twitter says, hashtag StaySuper, I would use it to rip off the top of my enemy's body and cause their lower half to crunch into the ground at the same time, mwahaha. Wow. I mean, I just have to really applaud you on your creativity, William Dublin. I mean, that's something that probably the creators of Mortal Kombat couldn't even think of as a horrible, messy fatality. I think you've got a long, happy future ahead of you, although one that might possibly be filled with incredibly violent images. Just as long as you put that creativity to good use and just keep on fighting the good fight. Or killing people in the most horrific ways possible. See, I'm not really sure it counts as a positive response if I say something that could be construed as sarcastic, but then do a big cheesy grin at the end of it. What do you guys think? Also on episode 110, Wolfsbane X on YouTube says, with training, this power could be incredibly potent. You could disarm criminals by making their weapons float into the air. You could pin criminals to the ground until the police arrive. You could ground flying villains. You could lift someone who takes their strength from the connection to the earth, think Antaeus, off the ground. I just wished writers would utilise this power more. It's very underrated. Do you know what I think's underrated, Wolfsbane X? Your comments. You're consistently great, and I like having you in my comment section. This is coming across as really creepy, isn't it? I'm gonna have to try harder. On to episode 111, Brain Manipulation, where William Dublin says, make that special girl love me and make everyone else think I'm awesome. But William Dublin, I already think you're awesome, and if that special girl doesn't love you, then she's not worth your time. Unfortunately, James Moore did have to take it in a slightly negative direction by responding, by that special girl, do you mean your mum? Now, James Moore, as this is the positive edition, I can't get angry and hurl insults at you like I would normally do, but I just want you to be respectful to your fellow commenters and not leave nasty comments unless you are generally asking in case William Dublin's mum doesn't actually love him, which would be really, really sad. I'm going to take it positively and say that you're just concerned that William Dublin isn't getting enough love from his mother. So thank you, James Moore. Thank you for your lovely and supportive comment. On to episode 112, Pheromone Manipulation, where Lane Dude says, I could literally imagine a commercial for your pheromone as a cologne. Picture of a sunset in the desert. Phil walks into frame, almost tripping on his way. Shirt halfway unbuttoned, revealing his glistening, sweaty chest as the shirt billows carelessly in the wind, zooming out to reveal a tiny fan pointed at the shirt. He wipes sweat off his brow, then takes out a canister and pours it on himself, basking in the water provocatively. A nearby guy says, excuse me, I was using that, asshole. Cut to Phil walking up to a pool, removing said shirt as a woman watching him covers her eyes, and a nearby old guy nods in approval, then licks his lips creepily. Phil jumps into the pool and goes under, coming up on the other end, staring at the camera with a sensual longing in his eyes so intense you'd think he'd just made love to you, which is then cut out by a woman going, Sir, what are you doing? This is private property. Slow zoom out to reveal this is all taking place at a retirement home pool party. Fade to black with a title card fading in saying, Confusion, the new fragrance by Phil. Cut to Phil at the pool again, sensually looking at the camera, whispering, Stay super. Off camera, we hear the same woman say, Seriously, I'm about to call the police. Lane Dude, I'm going to give you the most positive comment of all. That may have been my favourite comment left on any one of my videos ever. It seems like you have a bright future ahead of you in advertising, although you will have to apply to an advertising agency run purely by insane people. But thank you, Lane Dude, for sharing that gem with all of us. Moving on to episode 113, Advanced Photokinesis, where Etropalka says, the flying autopods you might see are now hallucinations and holograms, so they're a bit more real now. Also, I injected you with 20 new diseases while you were distracted by them. Don't worry, the antidotes are scattered in batches of 2 and 3, glued to the middle of your back, in the highest cupboard, guarded by harmless spider the size of your foot, on a stage in front of a lot of people looking at you, surrounded by Legos, under a snail, in the middle of a group of arguing atheist Muslims and Mormons, and one in your neighbour's garden, the one with the high fence and the dogs and the barbed wire. You know, the precautions recommended when living near less talented superheroes. One thing that I have to compliment you on, Etropalka, is that when you do something, you really go all out and you cover all your possible bases. Although it's not really fair to say that I would be afraid of being on a stage in front of a lot of people looking at me, because case in point, I once got so bored that I changed the security question on my bank account so that whenever I ring them up, they have to ask me, why, oh dear God, why? Right? To which I legally have to respond, you know why. I'm able to be funny to actual human beings and not just to a camera in my bedroom. Finally, on episode 114, The Mind Gem, DC and Anime King for the win. Great username, by the way. He says, "You make my life too easy, Empath. Oh, BTW, before I say what I'm going to do with it, I made a portal to Mount Olympus. I kinda absorbed their powers, I also absorbed the immortality, I then killed them. Now I need to go to Asgard. I have already taken Thor's hammer and I absorbed his powers as well." He then follows up by saying, "Oh, I forgot to say what I would do. I would just make everyone on the planet kill themselves. I will let some live so they can watch as their loved ones and strangers die." Now, I have to say, DC and Anime King for the win. Aside from having an amazing username, you also have this amazing ability that I want to share with you. So you're able to use your words in such a powerful way that it brings everyone in the little community that I've created together. It brings us all together to create some kind of collective organism with one mind. I just want to say thank you, DC and Anime King for the win, for using language to unite us all, to forget our differences and come together as one. You are truly an inspiration in the same way that Martin Luther King was an inspiration to an entire group of people. In a way, you are the Buddha of the comments sections, using violent metaphor to remind us that we're all longing for permanence in an impermanent world. And just to say a big thank you from all of us, what I want you to do is find a quiet corner in your house, turn off all the lights, look into your soul, and go fuck yourself. Sorry, I held out for as long as I possibly could, but DC and Anime King for the win, you just bring something out in me. Anyway, that's all for the Alter Ego video blog this time round. Keep an eye out on the channel in 6 weeks' time for the So You're a Superhero Viewer Mail Edition, and let's get me up to 500 subscribers so you can get a brand new show. Keep on leaving those comments everywhere, and as always, stay super! Thank you for watching. You can click over there to watch last week's episode of So You're a Superhero or the most recent Alter Ego video blog, and you can click down there to subscribe to Empath Digital for brand new content every single week.